As for me, work-life balance is one of the greatest lies of the 21st century, just because when you put a lot of attention into your work, your family, your health, your hobbies, you are juggling dozens of tasks every day, you feel yourself sometimes more tired. People and bloggers around you are trying to sell you the idea that you need balance. A little bit of exercises, a little bit of sport, a little bit of work, a little bit of time with family or self-development. But here's one question. Why doesn't it work? Sometimes when you do that, you still feel yourself burnt out or unsatisfied, and your results are still mediocre. The most funniest thing that there are a lot of life coaches who are trying to sell you that idea, but when you try to keep everything balanced based on the sticks, I mean, there is a life balance wheel and people usually use it, but the moment you let go of one sphere, everything falls apart. On my way, it didn't work at all, and today I want to share with you why I do not believe in this myth and why this idea is selling so good to other people and why it will not help you at all. But firstly, we can start with one interesting fact. I have spoken with a lot of people, and there were people with a lot of money and people who are successful in creativity, and people who are successful in sports, and people who have family, who have wonderful relationships, and everyone have said that the main thing to get with success, to get these results, is to be focused on something that you really want. Focus is not about the balance. For example, when I'm trying to balance between work and between self-development or between my health, I'm not focused on something that the most important for me. If you want to get high results, you need to get rid of the less things and be focused only on one thing. In the reality, if you are not focused on the one thing, it is very hard to get high results. There are a lot of different posts on Instagram where every day is a perfect day. It is a perfect mix of sport, work, personal development and happy gatherings. But sometimes it is a lie. And to be honest, if you want to know the story of the great musicians, great artists, great entrepreneurs, great athletes, they do not have a balance, they have an obsession with a goal. For example, Elon Musk working a lot of people who have a lot of money working a lot. They are sleeping in the office, they are crashing on friends' coaches and spending all their money to build their project. I mean, it is not about people who want to just to try. It is about people who want to get results. For example, when I have started to do online businesses, when I have started to first attempt to get money, I pay a lot of efforts. I have paid a lot of my own attention, my own feelings, my own emotions, and my own energy into projects, and I do not do other things at all. There are a lot of different successful people like musicians, athletes, entrepreneurs, and they do only the thing they need to do to get results. A lot of great book writers, a lot of great creative people, they are fond of their work, and they have put a lot of attention into these processes. They do not have rest, they do not have take care of their health sometimes. And it is the truth. We want to have great results, we want to have high results and fast results. We also need to have relentless focus on the process, because we do not know how much we need to pay for these results in the beginning. Everything in the life has the price, and if you will not pay this price, you will not get such results. There are also a lot of ideas about ideal life. I mean, that people want to wake up in the morning with a nice view, we want to have a good breakfast, and after that we want to spend 4 hours to work and get a lot of money. But in the reality, you can wake up with stress, you can pay a lot of attention in the morning to create a good condition. I mean, good emotion, to put yourself into good emotional condition. You need to pay a lot of attention for physical abilities of your body. You need to pay a lot of attention to make your physics work in the right way. You need to pay a lot of attention to encourage your team, and this is your usual morning when you are paying a lot of efforts to building businesses, to getting money, and to create large and great projects. Sometimes you need to work for 16 hours per day. You need to invest your own money in your projects. I have made a video about secrets of building startups and my experience. If you want, you can check it by the link in the top of the video. I have said here that Sometimes you need to pay your own money into your businesses, and investments cannot help you sometimes. And it is the truth, because people sometimes want ideal picture. They think that everything will go well, will go in the right way, but in the reality there are a lot of mistakes there are a lot of situations when you need to retrain your brain, you need to retrain your habits, you need to make decisions in the moment, you need to do it fast, and you need to do it in the right way. And it's not about balance at all. You pay for this success with the price of your family, with the price of your health, with the price of your self-development. And as for me, it is more important to choose 2 or 3 the most important things in your life and put all your attention into getting the results here. It is hard to build relationships when you have a lot of work, when you do not have enough time, and when you are stressful. And it is hard to build large companies when you spend all your time with your family or with your friends or with your partner. So it is important to make different periods in our life to boost different categories of our life. For example, when I'm for a sprint, I'm working a lot for a period for 3 or 6 months. I can create great results, and after that I have small period for 2 or 1 month, which I do not work a lot and pay my attention into different categories of my life. It can be health, it can be sports, it can be hobbies and other things. A lot of people who want to get balance sometimes in the reality wants to get comfort because they do not want to unlock their energy for massive goals. They want to create good condition for themselves and feel themselves comfortable, but in reality you never get the results in comfortable situation. You need to make decisions, you need to understand your mistakes when the situation is bad. So the life coach's strategy to create life with balance doesn't work at all. Maybe it is only in my situation, but in the reality people have different situations. There are also different people. Someone do not want to get high results. People sometimes want to live comfortable life and do something slowly and step by step changing their life. But in my opinion, it is more interesting and more wonderful to make sprint and get high results for months or for years. And there is also an interesting point about taking risks, because balance does not require a risk. When you are trying to keep balance, you are not a risky person. And if you're not a risky person, you will never get high result, because sometimes you need to pay something to get something. When you are not a risky person, it doesn't force you to make hard choices. And if you do not want to make hard choices, you will never get high results. A real breakthrough happens when people are ready to pay the price for their goals. And in the reality, sometimes people do not want the balance, and they do not need balance. We need emotion, contrasts and challenges. I have told to myself that it is more important for me to feel contrasts. I feel myself much more easier when I'm trying to get the balance, because the balance is not about life, it's about death. You are trying to do everything well, you are trying to stay out of the life, you are to stay out of the risk. And it's not about living your best life, it's about finding the way to comfortable situations and do not do nothing hard and not to pay for your life dream. So balance is sometimes the way to stay warm and comfortable. Real emotions, real successes come in the moment of imbalance, when you are tired and when you make decision that now everything isn't cost your happiness, and you make a real hard decision, and sometimes it is the best moments in your life. When you're grinding away at a project for days, when you are so focused on one thing that the rest of the world fades away. So the choice is yours. You can stay on the smooth road of balance, where it's always safe but always mediocre, or you can choose your opportunity to courage the abandoned comfort, to focus on what truly matters, and finally break out through the wall you have been staring at for so long. And sometimes this wall isn't visible at all, because balance is a beautiful illusion, but those who break barriers know that it's not necessary. And that is everything I want to say today. I'm creating a series of videos about psychology, about life balance, about habits. So I would be very grateful for your feedback. I would be very grateful for your commentaries below. If you want to check more such videos, you can visit my channel, and I hope to see you soon in the next videos.